Gus!
Tyler.
Episode 15 of the podcast right now.
15.
Live!
2 days. It's
only been 2 days.
It's been far too long.
I like when they're closer together, personally, on my opinion, for me.
Really?
Yeah, because when it gets too long between them, it feels kind of weird getting back in the groove.
We can't dig up material, though, because the last time I was going to talk about the Freemasons, and then I still don't know.
You don't know anything about them?
I still haven't done my research because I thought it was going to be longer. But it's not.
So no Freemasons this time.
No Freemasons.
Freemasons next time.
And
That's
why?
cool, though. That's like a teaser.
And why?
And why what?
Why? Because why we're doing it 2 days apart is because you're going to the lake.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Okeechobee, Florida.
Okeechobee for a music
festival. To party it up at Okeechobee Music Festival.
That'll be cool.
It is going to
I reckon.
I think it's going to be cool because I like camping. And get this.
Oh, you're camping there? Yeah. Doing music?
Get this, though. Oh my. There's a new one. There's a new sound effect.
Why is it? It's quiet.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
that's like vomit sounds.
Yeah. It was after I had one of these.
Those things are powerful.
They are.
The Spalangrino.
Okay, well, so I sidetracked you. You said...
Oh, it's going to be really good because the weather. Dude,
it's not...
88 during the day. Mid-60s at night.
Where's Okeechobee?
Okeechobee in between Miami and Orlando.
Oh. That's far away.
And it's on a lake. I looked up pictures of last year.
Yeah.
There's like 8 sand volleyball courts all around the lake. And then people can just go and swim in the lake.
Really?
It looks pretty cool, actually. I was nervous about it.
Why?
Because I just got back from Houston. And I was like, I really don't want to go on another trip.
Oh.
And then I was really like, it's a fun trip.
No, that'll be cool.
It's fun.
I'm excited for the lake because, well, first of all, it's just fun. We haven't been to the lake in a long time. But also because I'll be drinking.
You be drinking, you be smoking.
On the 3rd of March,
drinking.
Friday. So we're going tomorrow night. And Bubs is like, why don't you just drink tomorrow? I'm like, no. I have to make it to the 3rd.
That's like falling down right before the finish line.
It is. And to be fair, my original finish line was today. Today would be.
But then you made a new goal.
I extended it because I felt like it made more sense.
Which, that's very manly.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
Because that technically, you went the whole month of February, but you know that you're like, I don't want to get called out for it being the shortest month of the year.
It's going to be the shortest month. No, it just
vile noise.
Someone said that. Actually, it was Ray. Well, Ray said, "I don't think you can do it," and that pissed me off.
Doesn't that like get you fired up?
That pissed me off.
That gets me fired the frick up when people say you can't.
Yeah, and I know she did that on purpose.
She did do it on purpose.
She's kind of sneaky and annoying.
She is. She been on here so the folks know. She is sneaky and annoying.
Speaking of people who've been on here, I went back and listened to like a decent amount of our pods today.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to
all the way through.
Yeah, I was just kind of. I've been bored with a lot of the music I've been listening to, and I've been bored with some of the pods I've been listening to, and I just kind of went for like a reflective journey through our past.
What do you think? What'd you find?
It was cool. I listened to most of the episode with Chandler on it, and then some of the back end of the one with Cameron on it. And it was just funny because it's sometimes I'll listen to like a random 20 minutes of one we just did. So like when this one drops and I see it on my Spotify, I'll probably do like just a random 20 minutes just to kind of make sure like audio levels are good and everything like that. One of them, One of them, the one we did on like right around Valentine's Day, I'm pretty sure.
With Bob's?
No, it wasn't that one. It was the Ray one. It was the one with Ray.
Oh, okay.
There's a point in it where the audio gets like so messed up. It was when the camera went out. The audio just got weird for like a chunk.
That was weird.
And I found that out. But and then there's one of them, I don't even remember which one it is, where there's an entire pee break that's just baked in. Like it's not out.
That is hilarious.
So we just leave for a while.
But that's funny. That's that's dead air. That gives the viewers some time to think about what's actually going on.
Yeah, like normally there'd be like an ads in other podcasts. So instead of ads, we just take a break.
Wait. I want to talk about the CarMax controversy.
Yeah.
What is going on with that? For all who don't know, our Spotify now says we're sponsored by CarMax.
Yeah, so I was on our Spotify today listening.
Which now that we're talking about CarMax, is for sure going to stay there.
Can't believe it worked. It's gone now. It came up for a second. It just said.
But we have the screenshot.
Yeah, I have a screenshot and it says, sponsored by. It says sponsor CarMax,
which is crazy.
It's
and what I told you is we should have used that to our advantage and sent it to other sponsors.
Yeah,
and be like, listen, CarMax is a huge company.
Yeah,
their stock is on the down, but like, freaking Tushy, where you at?
Yeah,
I need my bungus cleaned. I feel so lost without the bidet when I'm on vacation and all the geezers, the grandparents don't have the bidets.
Yeah,
I feel so lost. I feel so alone.
So you use my bidet?
Yeah.
And I heard that so does Nate.
Nate shouldn't.
Why?
He should. I feel like I'm grandfathered in because of this the house situation.
So okay,
I'm grandfathered in. Nate's not.
We have
4 people.
When I started staying at your house, which is the property we're on right now.
Yep.
That was between apartment and the new place. I was just kind of like shacking up, kind of just like freeloading there.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought my bidet and installed it in your bathroom.
Yeah.
And because I love it. Like I can't go without it.
Good install.
And then you got attached to it. And then when we moved into the new house, instead of taking that bidet and putting it in my bathroom, I just bought a new bidet because they're so cheap. And then I came to find out you and Nate have been coming into my bathroom using my dang bidet, cleaning your bungus.
Yeah, well, it's ours. It's a whole thing. Ours should be us 3 because I'm grandfathered in because it's like you buy a piece of property and then your buddy like builds something on it like a tree house.
You get to play in the tree house.
You get to play in the tree house because it's on your property. And now I feel like I'm grandfathered in, but Nate is like the squatter now, where he comes in and he tears it up and he leaves. Also, I need it.
Yeah, I know. You can't go back. Apparently, Nate's gonna buy one for your bathroom. So
he's allegedly gonna do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't do the stuff he says he's gonna do.
No. Even Bubs asked me to vacuum yesterday. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll vacuum. And then I had a really tough day at work.
Yeah.
I got home. I really just wanted to just mellow out on the couch. And I told her, I was like, hey, I'm really tired. I'll just vacuum tomorrow. And it was a long day today too, but got home and I vacuumed because I said I would.
Good.
I said I would, I'm not a yes man. Well, some people say I am. Some people say I don't. Not.
Yeah.
Am.
Don't not am.
Don't not am. But Nate's a squatter and he needs to get out.
Yeah. It really is a life-changing event.
I'm just kidding,
the
Nate.
First
I'm just
bidet.
kidding, Nate.
I bought Adam a bidet, my younger brother.
Was it the same? Was it the Green Co?
Dude, they're all the Green Co. That's the only one that
That's a really good
unless
one.
somebody pays me, hint, hint, Tushy, I'm repping Green
Tushy.
Co.
Or was it the Toto? I think there's Toto and Tushy.
Toto, yeah, I think Toto.
Toto's, I think my aunt has the Toto unit.
Oh, is that the fancy one?
Yeah, it's got the heated seat.
Yeah,
remote.
Mine's just a valve, and it just sprays you clean with a lot of force. I've got actually this is gonna get so into the TMI section of it, but for some reason the new toilet, or like this toilet that I installed it on, or maybe something about like this new bidet just has like a laser beam on it. But if you hit that thing at the wrong angle, that thing will give you like a full enema.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And
with
it
doesn't
the old
happen
one,
on the old one.
With the old one, I used to open up a little bit.
Yeah,
I used to release and clean all the cracks. You know,
this one will freaking fill you up.
It will. And
I
you
don't
feel it.
know why,
You feel it
and
go
it's upsetting. It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to figure out how to get that to not happen. I think I got it. You just have to sit at the right angle. But I don't know why. I think maybe it's the position, like I said, of the toilet, like how high the thing is, or maybe it's just a super laser beam. But this one will get you clean. This one will clean your colon.
Well, now I'm visualizing it, and it. To me, we were talking about it, I think yesterday, about the the anus airlock.
Yeah.
The sphincters.
There's the two sphincters.
But yeah, there's the opening,
the internal one.
The internal, and then there's the airlock, and then there's the other sphincter that releases into the world.
Yeah.
And whenever that happens to me now, it happened to me today, and I thought about that. I'm like, water's in the airlock. Seal it off.
I don't like it though, because then I think I'm gonna be going throughout my day, and then I'm just gonna fart, and like a little bit of water is gonna come out. And I don't want that to happen.
Which is okay, you know. That's fine, because it's just water and it's clean.
It is clean water.
It's just sitting in the airlock.
But that would be so stressful. Imagine just like a little fart. Just I have to fart a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna fart.
Because once it gets
water
up to
squirts out.
When it gets up to temperature, it doesn't feel like water.
It's gonna feel like a shart.
And it might blow a little chunk in there.
Some kind of chunkus or some kind of particulate, some debris.
Yeah, and then you check. You're like, oh, it's just water, and then there's the debris.
The debris is I'm mainly worried about the debris. I don't really care about a little bit of water.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about not having the bidet, though, is I used to get so chafed. It was crazy.
Me too.
And I never knew why. I was like, I got to get new underwear or something. And I used to just lather Vaseline everywhere. Like I would just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
And that fixed it for the longest time until the bidet came around. And it's actually just a cleanliness thing.
Yeah.
Which I was wiping until nothing's left, like every normal human being. But the bidet just does something different.
It's like, I mean, this is what everybody says about the bidet, but it's like if you got shit on your hand, you're not gonna just wipe it with a paper towel and be like, yeah, it's good, it's clean. Mm-hmm. You're gonna include water, and you're gonna include soap, which I do when I'm in the shower. That's a full clean. And the bidet is the closest you can get to it without getting in the shower. And then I just feel so gross when I use a public bathroom and I don't have the bidet. I feel like I'm not clean. I walk around like thinking I have like just gross. I feel like unhygienic.
Yeah, I feel like I just went through like a war zone.
Yeah.
But I feel the thing about that is like a man walking through a war zone, you feel manlier on the other side. Yeah. And I don't feel gross. I feel like I just did it.
Yeah.
I just tossed a grenade into the bunker. Yeah. Killed all those men.
Oh, it's so bad. I don't know. I'm a big proponent of the These things are weird.
I thought you were doing it again. I didn't even know that was the thing. It sounded the exact same.
Why did it sound so similar? And I only get those burps from these things. And they come out on their own. Like I just shift my body a little bit and it forces its way out.
Whoa. Yeah, this is made by Nestle?
No, I didn't know that. San Pellegrino is Nestle?
Yeah, distributed by Nestle USA.
All these companies there's like one company that owns
everything.
I
know. Have you seen the like diagram of the like, what is it? It's like the tree diagram where all the limbs there's like 6 companies at the top and then like 1,000 companies below. It's the craziest thing. it makes you not want to buy anything because you're like, it makes you not want to be brand loyal.
Holy shit!
Like look at that.
Okay, let's follow some trees verbally so people can.
Look at the Procter and Gamble. Look at that tree.
Where's that?
The P&G.
Oh, Procter and Gamble. They have Iams, Pringles, Olay, CoverGirl, Boss, Hugo Boss, yeah, Lacoste. They also have Dawn, Tide, Bounce,
every
Cascade,
single
Gain, Downy, Cheer, Ivory, Joy, Zest. They own all.
They own every detergent.
That's every detergent. They also own Febreze, Swiffer, Bounty, Puffs, Comet, and
they own Mr. Clean. He sold out.
Oral-B, Crest, Scope, Fixodent, and Pepto-Bismol.
Look at that.
Vicks, Metamucil, Duracell, Pure, Braun, Old Spice, Tampax, Pampers, Charmin, Cushel, Always, Secret, Gillette, Head & Shoulders, Herbal Essence, Pantene, Infusium, Natural Instincts.
The girls go crazy for the Pantene stuff.
Yeah.
Every woman has Pantene.
Yeah.
Conditioner and shampoo, and it's like it's
also
Head and Shoulders. Nice. What is nice?
And Nestle. Nestle. What's going on? Look, Johnson & Johnson. They own Splenda. That's so creepy for some reason.
That is creepy. That's like big pharma.
Neutrogena, Aveeno, Lubriderm, Visine.
What is Lubriderm?
Lotion, body lotion. Tylenol, Motrin, Sudafed, Polysporin, Benadryl, Rolaids, Imodium, Peptide, Reactine.
Rolaids? Why do I know that?
They're antacid, I think.
Oh.
One Touch, Band-Aid, Listerine, Reach, Carefree, Stay Free, Nicorette, Nicoderm.
Like I want to say like actually I'm in the Procter and Gamble world, I guess, because I have the Crest. All my stuff is Crest.
I've got Crest and Head and Shoulders.
Wow, you are getting owned.
And Bounce and Gain.
You're owned.
And Dawn.
Why do they own Pringles?
Yeah, like Pringles is weird.
All these chemicals, and then it's like
Pringles. I also have Vicks products, Duracell products, Braun, because that's my thing. Yeah, I own like half of their stuff. And Gillette.
Isn't that insane?
And Old Spice. Yeah.
They have Old Spice?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And Nestle is like all this food and stuff. Like Coffee Mate is Nestle.
Mm-hmm.
San Pellegrino. There's San Pellegrino. Poland Spring.
Wait, oh yeah, there is.
All these waters.
Nestle. I never realized Nestle had that little the Nestle with the thing on it. Is that Spanish?
Nestle. Yeah. They own all the dog food.
Yeah.
Purina, Beneful, Dog Chow, Friskies, Fancy Feast.
What the frick, bro? Nestle owns Ralph Lauren, Saint Laurent, Saint Laurent, Diesel, the jeans.
Dang, that's weird that they own that high end. That means they're in every market. They're in the super high end fashion stuff. They're in low end candy stuff, and everywhere in between.
That is nuts. Because when you think of Nestle, you think of like macaroni and cheese and candy.
Yeah, and look, Kraft has all these sodas.
Why did I think of macaroni and cheese for Nestle?
I don't know.
Never mind.
They own all the coffee, or like a lot of the coffee, Planters nuts, Jello, Cheese Whiz, and then Coca-Cola is kind of crazy too. I mean, they're mostly in like the drinking liquids. But
I think if Kraft was wiped out, we'd all be a little bit healthier.
I think you're right.
Holy
look,
frick.
they own Oscar Mayer.
Look at all that
hot dogs,
stuff.
Honey Maid.
Oreos,
Crispy Crunch, Sour Patch Kids,
Chips Ahoy, A&W. Look at on the left, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Welch's, they own Welch's. No.
And Dr. Pepper? That's kind of weird.
Dude, they do a really good job at giving
Sunkist.
Welch's like a kind of a hometown marketing vibe.
They do. Really, it's just a craft conglomerate.
It's just craft.
PepsiCo owns a bunch of crap. PepsiCo owns Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and KFC.
What is Yum?
And Yum.
Yum.
Yum owns all
They
that.
own the word.
Yeah. And then Quaker.
Jeez, bro.
All the actual drinks.
I bought Quaker Oats today.
They get you. That's how they get you. They own Cheetos, Lay's, Sun Chips. Pepsi owns all the chips.
You
Tostitos.
literally, you can't avoid these companies. If you
What is this company?
tried.
And?
It's
just and? They own Fiber One, Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
I've
Cheerios.
seen that logo before.
That's
weird,
General Mills, isn't it?
It must be.
General Mills, and they own a bunch of.
What is
that makes sense.
Unilever? Is that Unilever or Unilever?
Unilever. They own Dove and Axe. Alberto.
Klondike.
Lipton tea. Klondike. Magnum. Oh, that's that chocolate. Briars.
They
Popstick.
just own one type of condom.
Mars. I didn't even know Mars. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is like really weird.
You can't escape them.
It's just like it feels like gross.
Doesn't it? Like, I know, I love a lot of that stuff.
Me too.
But I feel really gross seeing, like, who owns it. And it makes me not want to buy it, even though I just bought a ton of it.
Everyone has. Everyone who went shopping today just bought a ton of it.
I think I bought everything.
Yeah, like one of each at least.
Oh.
And then you don't even think about like the entertainment industry's version of that, like Disney owning everything.
Oh,
and
dude. Disney owns everything. And isn't Disney owned by China? Isn't that a Chinese company now?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. Or maybe they bow down to China or something.
They definitely. Okay.
ABC. What the frick
There's
is
another
that?
one of these freaking Disney owners. What companies does Disney own? ABC, ESPN, Touchstone Pictures, Marvel, Lucasfilm, A&E, The History Channel, Lifetime, Pixar, Hollywood Records, Vice Media, and Core Publishing. What does Disney own as far as recognizable brands and film franchises? Star Wars, The Muppets, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Disney princesses / princes. They own the princesses and princes.
That's retarded.
Well, I mean, they kind of made them, but still, it's weird.
No,
No, they
that's
didn't
retarded.
actually. They didn't come up with the stories, you know.
Who did?
Like, all those Disney stories are just old, like, stories that they just made into.
Really?
They animated.
That Walt did?
Yeah, the cool thing he did was bringing the animation, not the the stories themselves are super old stories.
I respect Walt,
yeah.
but I can't respect the rest, especially with the Marvel BS that they've been doing. The whole factory of Marvel movies they just pump out.
The Marvel movies got bad. Like they're not even that they were ever incredibly good. But like in the Iron Man
What
era,
about Iron Man?
I love
Those are actually like really good movies.
the first 3 Iron Men are my favorite Marvel movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch those. Like he was my favorite like hero because he was so freaking badass. He didn't take shit from anyone, and he was like just so smart.
Yeah,
But like in a cool way.
in a cool way.
He was like every nerd's
Dream,
ideal guy because they're like, damn, he's a nerd, but he has so much swagger.
Jarvis.
He's a swag nerd.
Jarvis. Initiate crotch vibration. Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Iron Man was really cool. I like the Norse stuff, so I lean towards Thor.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not like that big of a Thor franchise fan. I like the one-off the Ragnarok show. It's pretty cool. but it's not Marvel,
Oh.
so it's cooler.
Yeah.
And it's like actually kind of storytelling rather than like, let's see how many people we can like explode in one movie. Let's see how many universes we can travel to.
That's like the Transformers thing about how Michael Bay just explodes everything.
Yeah.
And I liked the first Transformers, even though it's probably like not the best plot, but it was just such a cool idea.
Nah, I like all the Transformers, actually.
Did you watch all the ones where it got like different? It was like Shia LaBeouf wasn't in them anymore.
Yeah.
And you liked those?
Because they brought on Mark Wahlberg. And I
yeah.
really like Mark Wahlberg, and I think he did a great job.
I need to watch the later ones. I didn't watch like Dark of the Moon and stuff. I pretty much just watched the first two with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. That was in Megan Fox's prime too.
Ooh, man, she's a baddie. You hear her and MGK split up?
Yeah. I can't even believe when I heard that news. I remembered that they were together.
Mm-hmm.
And I puked again.
They were fire soulmates, I thought. That was the whole thing. Is like they were madly in love and the universe put them together to never split them up.
Yeah. There's those three white dudes just like causing havoc right now.
3 white guys?
There's 3 white guys. It's MGK.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Pete
Davidson and Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
The 3 of them are like god tier white dudes. And I don't know why.
They're god tier white guys. But you know who would rival Jack Harlow is Harry Styles.
Yeah.
But he's so freaking weird.
So strange.
So weird. And I went out on a date recently
with Harry Styles?
No, with some chica, and I was asking her about music and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, let me try to guess your favorite musicians." And I was like, "All right, let me start by this. Are they in the pop genre?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, oh, "It's too easy." So I think I went Taylor Swift. She's like, "Yes." And then for some reason I said Justin Bieber. She's like, "No." Which I thought Justin Bieber was like still in it.
He kind of is.
I thought he was still in it to win it.
Not the same as back when everyone was a believer.
Yeah. So I said, who did I say next? I think I said Dua Lipa. Because everybody likes Dua Lipa. She looked at me, she said, "No."
What?
Yeah. I was like, okay.
What?
And she's like, "I can't believe you haven't guessed my favorite person yet." I was like, all right, we'll try to guess mine. She's like, "What genre?" And I was like, classic rock.
Yeah.
She couldn't guess it. She didn't know anyone.
She probably said Eagles.
She didn't guess one time.
Really? She didn't know
anyone.
I don't understand how you can get through life and not know any classic rock. Like everybody knows at least one song.
Yeah. So yeah, we were sitting there and we just went back and forth and she's giving me these nasty looks. I was like, I give up. I don't know who your favorite pop star is. She's like, "It's Harry Styles."
Oh my gosh, I would have puked in her mouth.
I'm like,
there.
"Oh, that guy." Yeah, I remember him.
Strawberries.
Should have known. The worst pop. Uh-oh. He's the worst. He's the worst pop star I've ever seen.
He's not cool.
He's not cool, and I just think his music is like subpar to kind of everyone else's.
Yeah, I remember when Justin Bieber. The cool thing about Justin Bieber is he was cool. Like even though he was
he's like a sick guy.
He was cool in that way that like all the girls wanted him, and he was like, "I'm a tough guy."
Sitting by the fire
and he was
eating fondue.
He was stupid, but like he still had that kind of cool thing going.
Yeah, and the beat, like he shaped. I feel like Harry Styles trying to shape culture like Justin Bieber did.
Yeah,
because Justin Bieber like shaped an entire generation.
Entire generation.
Like 4 years, everyone had the same exact hairstyle because it was the Bieber. Everyone knew it.
Yep.
Cousins had it. I kind of had it.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not really.
Yeah, he did a lot for the culture.
He did. And he was pumping out some crazy music. That was actually like, it was good. It was good.
And once he got, like, now I feel like he only makes, well, I'll take that back. But a lot of times he's, like, partnering with big producer names now and making, like, more, like, EDM kind of stuff. Like, he's kind of branched away from pop. He also, like, has severe mental illness.
I was about to say that. I was like, what being that famous at that age is just so crazy. I can't even imagine it. Like, what it would do to you.
It's got to be beyond. I mean, I don't think it's anything you could imagine because it's like everybody just treats you like you're so much your whole life, and everyone recognizes you, and everyone loves you, and girls literally were passing out when he touched them. Yeah. Like, can you imagine what that would feel like?
Oh my god!
If like every girl that you saw cried because she was so happy.
And who
to
are those
even
girls,
see you.
by the way?
Just like regular girls.
Where do they come from? Where are their fathers?
They're just regular suburban girls. That's the crazy part. Elvis did the same thing.
Dude, I'm in love with some actors and some musicians, but I don't think I would ever even come close to passing out.
There's a lot of famous people that I would love to like sit down with and pick their brain and like just talk to them, see what it was like, what it's like, because I look up to their like whatever they produce or do. But there's no one I would like kill to see.
Yeah. Who do you think would be like the most fun to like sit down and like have a drink with as far as celebrities?
Which celebrities would be the most fun to sit
I think
down?
mine, I would want to sit down with Matthew McConaughey.
I was going to say McConaughey would be really cool.
I feel like he's just a normal dude.
I also feel like there's some that I would want to talk to that are not normal. Yeah, like Kanye. Or even like, what's his name? The super famous guy from Titanic. Why am I blanking on his name? Leonardo. I feel like it'd be crazy to talk to Leonardo because he's like so in his head and so full of himself. That dude's like insanely rich for an actor. And he's in those weird groups of people that
I think I would be, he would be one of the people that would be a little bit starstruck to see Leonardo in real life because I love his movies.
Yeah.
Every single one of them just pop off. Same with McConaughey, but I feel like McConaughey's a little bit more down to earth.
Or everyone says Chris Pratt is one of the most like down to earth famous people to talk to.
Yeah, he would be really cool. He should get. I wonder if he's been on the Rogan Experience.
I don't think so.
Gosh, he would be a cool guy. I want like 90s Bill Murray. I want to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Or like Jerry Seinfeld. He'd be cool.
He'd be great. Tim Dillon
would be so funny. I was just listening to Tim Dillon's podcast today.
You were?
And his I've never listened to his podcast before, but I've heard him on other stuff before.
Yeah.
He's on crack. He's so funny though.
Oh, he is. Him and Jones. Alex Jones. I love when they're together.
It's like he's like a toned down New York version of Alex Jones.
Yeah. But then like there's some instances where he looks crazy compared to Alex Jones, and then Alex Jones, they just like kind of like battle for who's crazier.
His whole podcast that I was listening to today, he was talking about the Ukraine war. And it was just so funny. Because the whole time he's being incredibly sarcastic.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I'm the biggest proponent of the Ukraine war. I like it so much. I think it's great. And he's like, he never breaks that, that angle. And then he was talking about how they stopped giving school lunches to kids in Ohio that can't afford school lunches. They've been like taking the trays back. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I think, when you think about it, like you gotta, like, you think like, oh yeah, we gotta feed all the kids, but do we? Like, I don't think we really do. What are they?
But do we? No.
Give the kids food just because they're hungry?
No, we don't. They can drink from the river.
Speaking of drink from the river, I'm sure you've heard by now about the dang Palestine train derailment.
That's what I had in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It's like, and they keep downplaying it, and now they have the like that airplane crash that was going to Ohio with like 5 like
I didn't hear about this.
Environmental scientists on it.
What?
And they died.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is getting crazy. So I know the local government told, or maybe not the local, but the state government told the citizens they were okay to come back to the city, and they totally weren't. They hadn't done like proper like forensics or investigations to like the chemicals. And like they told people to come back anyway, and like there's like radiation and like their water is just gone because all the chemicals.
People are having like, they're like, my head hurts so bad all the time, and I've got this rash on my skin.
Oh,
this is from apnews.com.
Flood.
It says, claim 5 environmental scientists who died in a plane crash were heading to East Palestine, Ohio. AP's assessment: false. 5 employees of an environmental consulting firm died in a plane crash near Little Rock, Arkansas on Wednesday, but they were not traveling to East Palestine, where a freight train derailed on February 3rd. The employees were responding to an unrelated February 20 explosion at a metals plant in a Cleveland suburb, more than 60 miles away. 60 miles is not far. The fact that
I'm not too sure about
why
that.
are 5 environmental scientists going very close to where the biggest problem that's happened in the last like 10 years, and they're like, oh yeah, we're pretty sure it wasn't, they were going to a different thing, a metal
I love
spill.
these news sites with the fact check. Environmentalists die in a plane crash on their way to Ohio. False.
A tragic plane crash in Arkansas, 5 killed there. This from the NTSB Newsroom's Twitter account saying the NTSB is investigating today's crash of a Beech B-200 airplane in Little Rock, Arkansas. We do have some video from the scene. Take a look at this. This is what we know. 5 employees of an environmental consulting firm
They're gonna tear it up.
died when a small airplane they were traveling in crashed near a Little Rock factory today, shortly after taking off. The twin-engine plane crashed outside of an industrial area in Little Rock, just a couple miles south of the Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport. And so the FAA
That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That is weird.
Airport and was headed to John Glenn Columbus International Airport in Ohio.
Columbus.
And so this is from the firm CTEH. It's an environmental consulting firm based in North Little Rock. They said the 5 people on board the plane, including the pilot, were its employees. Now, this is an interesting twist in this. Take a look at this. Remember, we brought you this scene.
Oh my
over
God.
this
Is that where the
metals
plane
manufacturing
crashed?
plant in
No,
Bedford, Ohio.
that's
a
the
couple of
metals
days
plant.
ago, after that explosion.
Oh, okay.
Well, these 5 individuals from this environmental consulting firm were on their way responding.
So, okay, I'm not going to put this whole video up because it's just taking it, but there's just a giant factory, like very on fire, where the metals explosion happened.
Responding to this scene this week. That explosion there killed 1 worker and sent more than a dozen workers to the hospital.
Damn, that's far. It blew them all the way to the hospital.
The team is going to assess the environmental and ecological impact from that explosion there in Bedford, Ohio.
See that visualization? 5 guys just freaking blow out.
They landed at the hospital. An explosion sent 4 people to the hospital today. I can't believe how far they blasted.
Man, they blasted 20 miles. Oh, that is dumb.
Yeah, so everything's blowing up and everything's burning.
blowing up.
It's all Ohio. We have to control Alt Delete Ohio.
It's quite weird that they crashed right over the Clinton airport where they smuggled millions of pounds of cocaine in during the 90s.
That and every time you hear Clinton and death in the news.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
They probably have like ground-to-air missiles that just say, like, Bill Clinton's face on the side.
Hillary gets like a notification on her phone. It's like, F1 jet is going over the airport right now, and it just is like 2 buttons. It's like don't shoot. Beep.
It's like snooze and stop.
And then she giggles.
She just laughs.
You're in, where was she? Somewhere Michigan, where she's Pokemon going to the polls.
Oh yeah.
Cedar Rapids.
I'm out in Cedar Rapids.
Pokemon go to the polls. I think that was probably one of the worst things I've ever heard a politician say in my entire life. I think I was like 16 when she said that. I about ripped my skin off. Oh, there she is. Is it Hillary Clinton?
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Dude, her bottle says Hillary.
Her bottle says Hillary Clinton.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Did they probably freaking paid to get rid of all the videos?
Probably did.
Pokemon go to the polls. I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids. Oh, was it a different time when she said Pokemon go to the polls?
I don't know who created Pokemon Go. But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Oh! Dude, even 6 years later, I want to tear my skin off.
I like how she just, like, biffed the delivery, too. I'm trying to figure out.
Go to the polls!
Nobody knows where they got Pokemon Go. And then she waits for, like, an applause break.
Yeah.
It never comes.
There's, like, 2 people. Yeah!
But I'm trying to figure out how to get them to make Pokemon go to the polls.
Man, Pokemon Go is an app. It's not a person. I don't know who this Pokemon is. I don't know who this Pokemon is, but we need to make them go to the polls. Man, they're little dinosaurs.
They're like kind of like chicken pets.
They can't vote. They live in China. Oh, there's the Pokemon Go song. How many views does that have?
97 million.
I want to play Pokemon every day.
Yeah, this is a crazy. The more you learn about the little tidbits of the ultra uber rich and what they do, the creepier it gets.
Like the where was that? Oh, what was that place up in? Was it Wyoming or like Oregon? North California? I forgot what it's called, but it's where all like the elites went and like did their diddling for a long time. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
I think it starts with a G. And then after that, oh, that's the one that Alex Jones snuck into.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago. And they were doing like the weird rituals and
Bohemian
stuff.
Grove?
Yeah, Bohemian Grove. That's a bizarre story too. That's so funny. Alex Jones found that place.
Put on play, practice nudism, drink, and have super secret talks. Planning for the Manhattan Project took place in the Grove.
Isn't that bizarre? And then after Alex found them, they moved to the islands. I want to play Pokemon Go every day. Bohemon.
That's what, did you hear this? This is Nixon on talking about Bohemian Grove.
As spring began to bloom in Washington, D.C., President Nixon took the time to have an impromptu conversation with 2 of his close aides. H.R. Haldeman and John Ehrlichman were known by Nixon's staffers system.
Did he say the N-word?
Nixon's thoughts become
Let's look at Northern California. You understand? Yeah. You know what's happened in San Francisco. Just gone. It's clear over. I understand, but it isn't just down in the ratty part of town. But the upper class in San Francisco is that way. The Bohemian Grove that I attend on time to time. The Easterners and the others that come there. But it is the most faggy goddamn thing you will ever hear.
It is the most faggy thing you could ever imagine, said Richard Nixon.
Why does he go there?
It's just terrible.
San Francisco crowd goes there. It's just terrible. But he says, but I attend from time to time.
I mean, I don't want to shake hands with anybody from San Francisco.
Dude, I won't either. I don't blame him.
Set of values.
I won't shake hands with anyone. It's
the most faggy place you could ever imagine.
I'll go from time to time, but I'll tell you that place is faggy. I like how he still goes. Yeah. It's the queerest place I've ever seen.
Place the Grove. I go from time to time.
I won't shake hands with anyone. I'll just watch.
I tell you, I'll be there though. I'll be there.
Whatever happened to that guy? Is he still alive? Still kicking?
He got impeached.
He did?
Isn't it weird you could be impeached or impaired?
Oh.
And neither of them are spelled like the fruit.
Are they fruits?
Makes it.
Oh yeah, they
could
are
be like
fruits.
Im apple, im banana,
Mm-hmm.
im pine. And none of the other fruits I don't think work.
Im star fruit. Im monk fruit.
Mm-hmm.
You know about that monk fruit?
No.
Ooh. What about a jackfruit? The giant spiky one?
No, I don't know many things about tropical fruits, unfortunately. Except I know about those bungle fruits.
The navel oranges?
No, what are they? What are they called? There's one kind of fruit, durian. It's like it stinks apparently, like really, really, really bad.
That's my kind of fruit. I like a good stinky fruit.
Like you're not allowed to open them on planes and stuff. It's an edible fruit.
It looks like a. Whoa. What does that look like? That looks like the jackfruit, but small.
Is durian? Am I right about that?
Durian.
Durian fruit smell. Durian has been described as the most foul-smelling fruit in the world. Its aroma has been compared to raw sewage, rotting flesh, and smelly gym socks. Durian smell is so pungent that the spiky-skinned custard-like fruit is even banned from public places in Singapore and Malaysia.
Dude, we gotta get one of these fruits. We gotta crack it open.
Gotta get a durian. Where do we buy?
Raw sewage, bro?
Where to buy?
Compared to cooked sewage?
Durian. Would you eat some?
I think so.
Oh, that's expensive.
I'm sure you can get it at the store, right? They gotta make it around here.
It's bringing up the ANC supermarket, the one by Cookout.
Oh, the Junker one?
No, it's the I think it's the
it's the
Hispanic.
Asian and Chinese.
Oh, that is Asian and Chinese. It's right next to the other Hispanic one.
Yeah, I know what that is.
ANC.
They have some.
What is this picture? What is that? What kind of fruit is that? I don't know what that is. Is that durian?
It's an unmatured durian.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll do it durian on the pod next time.
The next guest, we gotta load him up with some durian.
Get him some durian
and some thick water. We need thicker water.
Is that thick water still in the freezer in your parents' house?
I have no idea.
I tried to freeze it and then I forgot about it.
She probably threw it out.
Probably did.
Did you check on it, see if it was frozen?
No, I never did. I forgot.
I wouldn't even think that stuff freezes.
I don't even know. But it's so funny. That was such a funny thing. I'm so happy about the thick water.
That was so interesting. Wasn't that Ray who tried it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Ray is one of the only guests we could have had come on that would not only try it, but also participate in the chugging of it with us.
That's true. But I like the podcast format because you can peer pressure people to do weird stuff.
You can.
Because you got the GoPro on them.
Because once we went back once we went back in the house, no one else tried it.
No. If you have them on here, you're like, do it.
Yeah.
They're like, fine.
Yeah.
Dude, we should turn this show into like, there's this old radio show where they would just do the nastiest stuff and then be just throwing up like every show.
It's like the Jackass, but for podcasting.
Yeah, we should do that.
I'm down.
Yeah, me too. I like talking a little bit though.
Yeah, the talking's good, dude. I'm gonna crash my freaking truck.
Oh yeah, you got to explain what's wrong with it.
So, like a week or so ago, my dad, I'm in New York, and my dad calls me or whatever. He's like, "Hey, can I use your truck?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And he calls me back. He's like, "Dude, your truck is like, when you press the brakes, it's like steering." He's like, "I almost went into the woods." He's like, "I pressed the brake and it took the wheel out of my hand." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have been noticing that."
You didn't tell him?
No, well, it wasn't since it came on so slow for me, my brain's been adapting. So like, I'm just automatically jerk the wheel counter to the steering. Like,
Yeah.
And I knew it was going on, but I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know it would take the wheel out of your hand if you didn't expect it. And so it's just the front left brake is not coming on enough. So the right one's doing like extra work and just pulling you to the right. And so I replaced the calipers. Oh, well, what happened is yesterday I was out in Cary, so I was like 45 minutes away, buying like little patio furniture for our little porch.
Yeah, which is nice.
It's getting warm, so
it's nice.
I want somewhere to sit. And I'm leaving this guy's house like 45 minutes, like I said, away. I have to go on one highway, and I'm in all this traffic, and I just start smelling brakes, and I'm like, I really hope that's the truck in front of me, because there's like a big truck carrying like water in front of me. And I'm like, it's probably that. And then I passed it, and I still smelled the brakes. I was like, no. And so I pulled over. A little bit later into a neighborhood, and I can like see like the warping of the heat. Like, you know, when something's so hot, you can see the heat coming off of it.
It's like the road.
And I was looking at that, and I was like, oh my gosh. My brake was just on. And so then I tried to leave that little area, and I'm like burning out in people's yards because my front brakes are on and my truck drives from the rear wheels.
Oh my God.
And so last night I drove over to my parents' house where like all my dad's tools and stuff are. And I take it all apart, and I go and I get new calipers because I was so sure it was the calipers. And which, for anyone who doesn't know, that's just the part that actually squeezes the brake disc. And I replaced those, bled the brakes, got it all ready to go, and I drove over here not an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, and it still is steering to the side.
That is crazy.
So I looked it up. I've been on some forums, and apparently it's like brake lines, like the hoses. They can fail on the inside. So they're not leaking, but they're like the inside starts to fall apart. And so it like pushes the brake fluid out, and then it like can't get back, so it drags the brakes, or vice versa. Like it can't push it forward through. So it seems like it's that, but I just spent like $160 today on calipers that I didn't need, which sucks, but
hey.
But at the same time, it's
future proofing right there.
It's kind of future proofing, and like I don't want to be, on some trip somewhere and my calipers fail, so now I just got new ones. It's fine. But
yeah, that's fine.
But it sucks that the truck still freaking doesn't work. So sad.
It'll work.
I know.
It'll work.
But it was so frustrating. It was like what we were talking about last episode, where you're trying to fix something and it's not what you think it is. And
yeah, exactly. No, the truck will work. Yeah, it'll work just fine. You can get Do they have brake lines like at the auto shop?
Yeah, and they're like $35 a piece. So.
Okay, and they have them like in stock.
I think so.
Oh,
it's not that big of a deal.
It's too easy.
It's pissing me off. Did I tell you about my lawnmower?
I watched the most recent video.
Yeah,
and you told me you had it apart again.
Yeah, so it freaking grenaded itself. So there's two parts in the mower that are really important for the operation of the mower. One of them is the governor. So the governor just sits, it mechanically sits on and spins when the engine spins. It spins like as fast as the engine spins. And it's got these two little weights on it. And the weights move out farther if it's spinning faster or less far if it's spinning slower. And if they move out, they push a little rod that pulls the throttle open. So other way. It closes the throttle when they move out. So if the engine starts spinning slower, it gives it more gas. And if it starts spinning faster, it gives it less gas. So it just regulates how fast the motor's spinning. That completely blew out and nuked itself. So it was just revving to no end. And then there's another part that, like, when an engine, especially, that's a 500cc single cylinder engine. So, like, the amount of compression in that engine is too much for the little starter motor to spin it.
Yeah.
So there's a part that's just a decompressor that lets you get it spinning to start it. So right now it's like you can't even start it. So I just took the engine out and took it apart, and I looked in, and it was just like all this shit was just busted up inside the engine. And so I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
But I got the new part coming. I got a new camshaft, new gaskets, new seals, new valve tappets, all that stuff. $30.
$30?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I like the mower. Anybody who wants to learn how to work on a motor, like an engine, buy a lawnmower and turn it into a racing mower, because you will have to learn, because those little engines explode.
Oh my God.
And then you have to fix them.
$30.
Yeah, it's so cheap.
That is crazy.
So cheap. So I got that coming on Thursday, and so I'll get the mower back together. I want to make another video that pops off like that one did.
Yeah.
So I had one video that just popped off, and it was so exciting when it was happening. I was just kept like refreshing the screen, and like another 20 people watched it, another 30 people watched it.
What's the new one at?
The new one's at like around 800, and it kind of stopped.
Oh, your wave is over.
That wave from that one video is over, but it's at 849. It's getting views still, but it's not like not as fast as it was.
Yeah, but still, that's
145 views in the last 48 hours. That's not too bad.
No.
But the next video I post, that's because I keep posting these like videos where I'm just working on the engine, which is going to be the next video too.
Yeah.
So they're like a little bit more boring. But then once I'm done with this next video, I'm like pretty sure, knock on wood, it's going to be ready to just like start hooning.
Yeah.
And I can just start getting it stuck
filming
places and like crashing it, and like it's going to be so funny. I'm so excited.
The mower is so crazy.
It's so scary to ride because you don't really stay on the seat very well. And if you fall off, it just keeps driving.
That's hilarious. What would happen if you put like a 450 race bike engine in the mower?
First of all, you'd flip it really easily, and second of all, I don't think you could stay on it. I think you would fly off.
That'd be too much. What if you like kitted it a little bit wider, a little bit
wider
lower?
And lower? I think you could get it done. That would be so much fun.
That would be so much fun, dude. You should buy like a Junker 250 or something.
Yeah.
Rebuild the motor and just slap it in something. That would go crazy online.
That would go crazy.
YouTube's algorithm would throw you into the middle.
But I don't know if I've talked about like the comments that I get on those videos, because my viewership, and I should have known this like starting out on YouTube with like making a bunch of videos about like modifying a lawnmower. Should have known I would have gotten a lot of like redneck viewership.
Yes.
But
you've attracted them.
And then some of them are really young. And it's so fun. They're my favorite, because there's like, I got this one kid, he comments on every one of my videos, and he's like so excited and so happy, and he always says like, this is a fantastic video, like thank you so much. And then I get some,
that's so nice,
but it's so nice. It's so nice. But then I get some of the old head rednecks that are just like giving me so much advice on the mower, and some of it's actually very useful. I've used some of their advice. like they're like your head gasket's blown, and I'm like, sure enough, it was.
Yeah.
and this one guy's like, you got to use a lock washer there, and I look and I'm like, oh yeah, that works perfect.
Thank you.
And then
Old heads.
I've got the one guy that said, I hope those genes are never used to reproduce.
You read me that, and I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but he didn't spell genes right.
He
right?
spelled genes Geans.
Genes,
which is not like it's not like jeans like you wear, and that's not jeans is GENEGENES. I can't do it in my head.
Gene is a GENES. Is like the the chromosome.
Genes, which is what I assume he was trying to say. And his name was like his name was something really funny too.
What made him type that?
I don't know.
Because you didn't make it like a joke or anything about it.
No, and it's not like a.
It's
not like a controversial. It's not a controversial video.
No, it's not at all. It's like a welcome to my mower build video.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here building a mower.
Yeah, with some nice music in the back.
Nice music.
Hope this guy never has babies.
Yeah, and then he says it publicly.
It spells it wrong. Genes.
And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like I was telling my dad about it, and he was like, "Oh, that's kind of annoying." And I'm like, "No, it's funny. Like it's just funny."
Oh my god, if your dad was like up there in the YouTube subscribers, he would lose his mind.
He would be making videos like, "Whoever said that,
he would call
you suck."
Like call everyone out in his videos.
Yeah. Show up.
That'd be the same with your brother too.
Oh, Adam would go off on
would
some
throw
commenters.
his monitor at the
He'd be like,
wall.
I'm gonna be at the Target on Blah Street at 3 p.m. and if you don't show up,
meet me there.
I'm gonna be there.
We'll settle this.
I'm gonna bring a camera. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
He's gonna put it in the video. Puts up the comment. This is what happens when you post bad comments in my comment section. It's just him just
demolishing
beating a guy up. Oh my god, we gotta get him on the pod too.
I know. I want to get him on really bad.
But doesn't he live? He lives a couple hours away.
He lives a couple hours away, and it's just enough to be so far for how short it is, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, it's an annoying amount of time.
It's like 2 hours,
yep.
Which is not that long, but it's just so long to just casually go there or casually come back. He comes back totally a decent amount. We're trying to plan a ride soon, so
how soon?
It'll be fun. Like pretty relatively soon.
Relatively.
We want to go to where was he saying? I forget. He was just telling me.
You Ari? Is it in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Blue Ridge?
No. We were talking about
the Trans-American?
Charleston.
Oh!
Yeah.
I want to go to Charleston.
Yeah. Would you ride to Charleston with us?
Yeah. I got to get my bike ready.
You need your tires.
Yeah. I need to go over to your place and take them off.
Yeah. And then I need to do just an oil change pretty much. And I'm getting my new parts in too to kind of modify it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been looking at... I want some bigger bags. Or I have bags, but they're like lady bags. They're kind of like... kind of gay.
Lady bags.
They have like tassels on them and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like not my style.
Yeah.
So I want some bigger bags.
That bike would look good with some nice hard bags.
Yeah, I want some nice... That's
they're
what I was
expensive,
thinking.
Though.
Yeah, they're expensive, and I also want a fairing, like the big front
like
fairing
a big
for
Memphis
it.
Shades one.
Yeah, but I can't really find them many places.
Yeah. You gotta wait till somebody posts one, a used one.
Yeah, I saw one recently on the marketplace, and it was, I mean, it had some nice hangers and the big fairing in the front, and had the hard bags, and it looked really good. Oh my gosh. I had a Craigslist, talking about the marketplace. Last night, I got my dirt bike up for sale.
Yeah.
And I had on Craigslist, and I like coded my number.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this or no?
No.
I coded my number into like the description so scammers wouldn't call me.
Mm-hmm.
And so around 8:00 last night, some guy called me, and it was 8:00, so I didn't answer because I thought it was a scam call.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, this is Tony. I'm on Craigslist. I was looking at your bike." He's like, "Give me a call back when you get a chance." I was like, "Okay." And I called him back, and I was like, "Hey, Tony. Yeah, I'm the guy with the KDX." He's like, "Oh, awesome. You know, my brother had a KDX at one point, and it's just such a cool bike." And he's like, "Could you tell me a little bit about it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I went into like kind of the sales-y spiel about it, and I was like, what everything I'd done to it.
Yeah.
And it's like basically a brand new bike, and like she's ready to rock and roll. And he's like, after I say it, he acts like he's like not interested in buying it. He starts like, he's like, "Yeah, man, I got so many bikes. I got this KTM 300. I got this like XR 350. It's so cool. I just put new tires on it. It's great." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, the XRs are great." And we end up talking for like 15 minutes about his bikes, and like he bought an XJ, the Jeep.
Yeah.
And we ended up just talking. I was like, he said, "Hey, where do you live at?" I was like, "I live Willow Spring area." And he's like, "Oh, really cool. I live in Anger." He's like an older guy, like probably in his 40s or 50s by the tone of his voice. He's like, "Hey, would you want to like meet up and like ride sometime?" I was like, I didn't say this to him, but I was like, "Brother, man, I have my bike on the marketplace.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about?"
Selling my bike.
He's like, "Yeah, it would be so awesome." He's like, "Actually, we're going to Busco Beach this weekend. Do you want to come there and ride with us?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm be out of town, but any other time I'll do it." And then we ended up talking for so long, and then he texts me his like all the pictures of his bikes and his homies in the woods. He's like, "These are my buddies. This is Mark. This is Mike. We all ride KTMs. One guy rides a Beta." It's the weirdest thing. He sent me a picture of his Jeep and stuff.
Yeah. We gotta go. Now we have to go riding.
I know.
With
He's like, "Do you have any property near you that we could ride?" I'm like, "Not really. You know, some technical stuff." He's like, "Oh, that'll work." I was on the phone. And I was telling my dad this today, and he's like, "Oh, what a creep!" Like saying that. I was like, maybe I thought about it when he wasn't interested in the bike. Instead of me being like, "All right, I gotta go, you know, have a good night." I thought, I was like, maybe this guy's so lonely and like looking for a friend. Like he saw my ad on Craigslist and decided to call me.
He wanted something more than the bike.
He did.
He wanted your respect.
Yeah, and he got it. Tony. He seems like a great dude, but
Tone bone.
he texted me today. Texted me while I was working today. About Busco Beach again, even though I told him I couldn't go. He's like, "Hey, just by the way, we're going to be out there on Saturday."
I would love to go meet up with Tony
Dude,
at Busco Beach.
You would. I was like, when I got off the phone with him, I went and told Bubs, I was like, that was a Tyler call. 100% a Tyler call. Like just a rando calls you and you just have a 20-minute conversation about his life and the guys he rides with and why he rides, and his son's in the Coast Guard, but he's coming back and he wants to ride, and that's why they're going to Busco Beach this weekend.
That's like, I find myself in a lot of situations where I'm just talking to a stranger for way too long. And part of it is when I was doing a lot more of selling those workbenches on Facebook Marketplace, I would go deliver them all. And I'd be just in some dude's garage looking around at his stuff. One guy I talked about guns with, because I saw he had a gun safe and he had like a gun part. Not like a whole gun, but just like a part. And people with motorcycles, people with cool cars, people just, I like talk, like I've sat in so many people's like garage after I delivered them a work table.
Just hang out.
And we just hang out for a while. I had one time, a lot of times if I get two in 1 week, I'll try and deliver them on the same day, and I'll try and go from one to the other. And I kind of scheduled myself an extra like 45 minutes or something in between just in case anything went
Yeah.
wrong. And I spent the
Just
45
a
minutes with the
conversation.
one dude. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, well, I got another bench to deliver. I guess I'll see you never.
Oh my gosh. These guys need it. The guys that start talking, I feel like they need it.
They do need it.
Like this guy, he didn't want to buy my bike at all. He just wanted to call and chat with a guy that had a bike similar to his. Isn't that like that's like I'm in a really bad place and I need someone to talk to.
It is. It's like a cry for help. It's super like there's something wholesome about it though.
I know, and he's such a nice guy. He's such a cool guy. But yeah, it was wholesome. And I felt like bad for him when I got off the phone. Because I was like, why? Why me?
Why me?
Why me? That's why you don't post your stuff on Craigslist. It's been on there for like a week, and I haven't. That's the one thing I've gotten.
The only time I've posted something on Craigslist, I just got scam calls.
Yeah.
And I didn't even post my number, I don't think.
Oh,
I don't know. Something weird is going on.
It's a wasteland on there.
I've had people who are like, it's just weird. Like you could tell when somebody's scamming you, and it's so easy to figure out when they are because you just go against whatever they're saying to do, and it always works.
Yeah, actually the day I posted it, I got a text and it was like, "Hey, I'm really interested in your bike. Do you still have it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." It's like, to prove that you're not scamming me, can you verify a code? And I was like, block.
Block, yeah.
It was like, I've seen this before too many times. I don't know what that gives them if you type in the code.
I
but
don't
they
even know.
really want that code. Like bad. Every time.
The scammers. Yeah, if you post something to Craigslist, a lot of times you'll get a text like in 20 seconds after
immediately.
You post it. Yeah, and it'll be just I'm super interested in your, and then it says exactly what your title was.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Facebook had my posting in limbo for a really long time.
Really?
And so I had to repost it today, and I got 64 clicks.
Yeah, people like those. People like those bikes. I had my bike posted for a little while because I was going to try and trade it out for something else, and then I got sad when people started messaging me, so I took it off. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to see it go.
I love dirt bikes so much, but I do love the act of buying and selling things and like acquiring new items. Like getting that KTM that I had.
That was such a fun experience.
I loved it. Like, that's what I love doing is like going and buying a bike and like tearing it up for a minute and then getting another bike. It's like, there's something about me. It's always been in me because I used to do the same thing with my parents would buy me Xbox for Christmas or something, and I would play the crap out of it for a few months, and then I'd sell it and go buy something else.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even like a gratitude thing. It's just like I have a lot of fun. I have more fun like selling and trading and buying than I do like sitting and playing with it.
That's interesting.
I just like came to that realization not too long ago. I was like, I just like the transaction is where I get off.
My issue is I get off on the buying.
Yeah.
But not the selling. The selling hurts me so bad.
I get off on the deal.
The deal.
The whole deal, like there's no better feeling than feeling like you got a really good deal.
You're right. You're right about that.
Like on that KTM I bought, I was doped up for 10 days after that transaction.
That was an amazing deal.
And then selling it for $800 more than I bought it for was like, I was in like freaking like, I was in a different world. It's something about the deal. The deal gets me off.
Yeah, see, I didn't get a super good deal on my dirt bike, which is part of the issue. I got like okay deal, but I don't even know if I can sell it for that. Like I feel like I could sell it for like a couple $100 less.
But that's good for the amount of time that you've
You're right.
put on the bike. I mean, you probably put 100 hours on it.
The other thing, though, is trying to find a dirt bike that's not, like, all ruined and molested is so hard. And I just know exactly what state mine's in.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
If I have to go through buying another one, you're always taking that risk of, this could be, like, this bike could have serious problems that I can't diagnose in a short test drive.
I just love the deal. And that's what happened to me with the KDX.
It is.
But yeah, I could have got what I got done with it a lot quicker in hindsight, but we don't have a pile of cash sitting around all the time. So, but it was a really fun experience. It was very like eye-opening.
It's crazy you haven't even ridden that bike.
I really haven't ridden it now.
All you've done is work on it, and now you're selling it.
Yeah, and it feels like so. It's satisfying. It's almost like
it's flipping. You flipped the bike.
My brain is like, yeah, it's like I'm a flipper. Like that. I really enjoy doing that, but I also really enjoy like riding. Like if we were actively going riding like a ton, I probably would like be riding it a lot.
Yeah,
but I have actually the deal with the Vulcan. For some reason, my brain is stuck on like keeping that.
Because that would be so sad to see. I just get so attached
to
all these things.
You get sentimental, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I get sentimental with like family gifts or personal gifts that like people give me. Like Bub's giving me a birthday present, or like my parents giving me like a thoughtful birthday present. Gets super sentimental with those things, but the things that I buy, I could care less.
I was very sentimental about my car, but I sold that.
Mm-hmm. I was sentimental about the Jeep for like a few days after I posted it, and then I was like, "This is just how it goes."
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be a hoarder, and you don't want to be stuck with stuff that you don't use.
I know, yeah, and it's good because it started the dirt bike trend where I could sell the car and buy dirt bikes, and then sell dirt bikes and buy more dirt bikes. And sell dirt bikes, and
I do want to plan some dirt bike rides soon. I've got a buddy that I ride with that when we go riding, it's kind of when you go riding with somebody who's not good at riding, it's a little boring.
Yeah.
When you go riding with somebody who's like way too good, it's like you're a little bit just like you're being pushed along. But I've got this friend who's like, he's a little bit better than me at riding, and it just kind of pushes me a little bit. But he's not obnoxiously better than me. Like, he's definitely better around a track, and he's good. He's just a good rider. He's kind of a technical rider. He knows like a lot of the techniques better than I do.
Yeah.
But he's just fun to ride with. And I want to go riding with him again. He's got a similar bike to mine, but it's like broken right now or something, and he's got like the money thing where he's like, I don't have any money to be putting into this bike.
Yeah.
And I just bought a new radiator, and he's like, now it doesn't fit, so I need new plastics because the plastic's all bent. He had a pretty nasty wipeout, I think.
Yeah, they are. That's the thing about motocross. Not even motocross, but like all just dirt bikes is like, oh my god, the investment. The maintenance, and the getting your bike from place to place is like
so much work,
and it's such an investment. It's so crazy. I thought about it a couple of days ago. I'm like, what would be like the most expensive sport to get into? Because with the triathlon thing, I'm like, man, if I had to buy the bike, it would have been like $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then you got to buy gear and yada yada. You got to buy your way into races and stuff. And this one race that's coming up is like $300. They're a lot of money.
Yeah.
But then I was watching. Oh, there's an up and comer. I forgot his name. I think it's Dunnigan or something. Up and comer, like supercross rider, and he's so good. But I was like, that is the most expensive sport by far.
Gotta be.
You gotta have your mechanic team on tap. You gotta have the newest bike always. I mean, I know there's sponsors and stuff when you get to that level, but still the money that goes into it. I bet one team spends $250K a year.
I believe it.
Doing motocross. I mean, they all have like huge truck and trailers. Like, I mean, 18 wheelers with their gear in it. I mean, it's nuts how much people spend on that stuff. It is
gnarly. They're expensive in there because they're so high. They're such high caliber machines, and they're just making every ounce of power they can. And the suspension is so complex so that it can take, you can take you can be 7 feet in the air, just dropped and be fine. Like,
oh, I know.
But also they're like stiff when they need to be. Like, it's just so impressive.
Oh, there was a clip I saw on YouTube, and it was like they were taking a tour of like Ryan Dungey's motocross tent, and his bike was there, and the guy went up to it and like pressed down on the rear suspension, and it like didn't move at all.
Really?
Yeah, that's how like insane these guys are at riding, is they compress that. Like, that's how much force goes into the ground, and then they pop up, and that's how they like can go the speed they're going and go as high as they're going.
Yeah. No, it's incredibly impressive. But I definitely I get what you're saying about wanting to keep this street bike, because I really have, like, the amount of seat time I have on my street bike by now is probably more than I've ever had on a dirt bike, and I've spent my whole life riding dirt bikes, just because you can put easily 30 minutes a day on the street bike and not even think about it because you're just commuting.
Yeah, and it's so much fun commuting.
So much fun. I just got new tires on mine, which is super weird because the new tires are like, it feels like you're on a round thing instead of a flat thing, because it's flat. When your tire starts to get worn out,
wear down,
like,
yeah.
And then it lifts up onto one side or lifts up onto the other, and when it's round, it's like the bike just goes. You can hold it at any angle you want. It's like so precise.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, you got to get some tires, and we got to go on some trips. I'm so hyped to go on some trips.
I know, that's my I do like crazy things every couple of years, like my back and forth cross country, climb mountain, sail the ocean blue trips. Now you've got my head set on the Trans-American BS. I'm like, when I get going towards something, no stopping me.
We gotta.
By this fall, I'm gonna have that Africa Twin. I don't doubt it. You have already started saving. Oh my
gosh! If you get an Africa Twin, I'm gonna have to sell. If you want to do that trip for real,
dude, I like not even saying it just for the pod. I am like, for real.
I think if you were gonna do that for real, I would sell my dirt bike and buy an adventure bike, because I would not. There's no way in hell I'd let you go on that trip and I wouldn't go.
No, that I wouldn't go on the trip without you. But I know once I once I get going, I know you'll like see it start to come into play. That's what happens with all of my trips. Is like I start to plan them, and then the people that I invite, they see like my enthusiasm, and they see like me buying stuff, and then they start to like. They're like, okay, we're actually doing this.
There's people who did it on those Honda Monkeys.
The Monkeys. Those are awesome.
They did the trail on Monkeys.
Oh my God. The whole thing?
I think so.
Don't they go like 50?
I think so.
Top out at 50?
But if we got some Africa Twins.
That's my ideal bike, because they're like right in the price range that I like. They're like, you can get a nice one that is only a couple years old, with like 8,000 miles on it for under $8K.
Yeah.
And anything like in the KTM or the BMW range, you're going to be like in the 12K for a decent one.
Yeah.
So I think they're just like
so much.
I think the value.
That GS is my like dream bike though.
They are nice bikes. They're so nice. But I think the Honda has everything that the GS has.
What size is it? Is it 1200?
I think so.
They sound so gnarly too.
They do sound gnarly. Absolutely.
It's a 1200. It's called a 1100.
I mean, they're just a sweet bike.
It has CarPlay?
Yeah, it's got the screen. Pretty much every freaking bike nowadays has Apple CarPlay.
Oh,
Isn't that? It's so sweet.
I want it so bad.
And like, I know, I can't do that type of ride on a cruiser. Like, you have to have something. You have to have an adventure bike or like a dual sport
To do the off-road riding?
to do like the Trans-American.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way you could do it on a cruiser.
No.
I don't even think you could get the bike through like the terrain. This is like you have to have you could do it on a dirt bike, but the seating position on a dirt bike is not like
Yeah.
the Africa Twin is like the bike that you would take across the country. Even if you were on the street.
And that's what I want to do. I mean, I hope like with my season, how I'm always like kind of busy during the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and then it starts to taper off in the fall. Like, hopefully I could get going like early fall, or we could get going early fall and freaking tank it. Because wouldn't that be... It's always for the journey and the adventure, but then the say at the end, you're like, we went freaking 9,000 miles in a month on our bikes.
We would have to get the bikes, all the light camping gear.
I already have it.
Damn, you do. I've got like a little tent. I would use a smaller tent even though.
I got my little Eureka one man that weighs like 2 pounds.
Yeah, so I would need to get some of the camping gear. Some of the stuff we only need one of, like the little stove and that kind of stuff.
Oh, you should see my stove.
I've seen it. It's
like this big.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then we need tools. But we have to figure out like exactly what tools we would need to do each job that could be like devastating for us.
Yeah, tires and
Yeah.
I guess really tires. I feel like tires would be the main thing. If anything else kind of went wrong,
And
you might be screwed.
I feel like we would need, if we got the same bike, that would be kind of perfect because then we could have, I would say both of us have a spare set of tubes. So full set for both of us.
Yep.
And then I would say probably at least we have one spare clutch cable and throttle cables.
You think?
Yeah. Just because if one of those, or we just make sure that they're like super lubed and ready to really, because it's one of those things that it doesn't really go bad all the time, but if it went bad, you're stuck.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever had a clutch or throttle cable go bad.
I don't know because it's like, what do you got to plan for all this stuff that could go wrong? You need like a bucket of spare bolts or just like a little a baggie of just like the spare common bolts, because if your exhaust thing came loose, you just got to check over everything.
Yeah.
Really, it's just about checking over everything so close before we go. Oh, that would be so exciting though.
Wouldn't it? I'm getting ready. The
Africa Twin. Dang, that would be so exciting.
All right.
That would kind of, because I've always wanted to do the road trip
Uh-huh.
on a cruiser. But the Africa Twin off-road trip?
But you could go off-road, and that's the great thing about that bike is you can take it
Do
down the
both.
freeway and be fine.
Yeah. Damn.
That's the whole thing, though, is the riding position. That's what you need. You can't be hunched over or anything.
No, you have to be like erect and
Yeah.
very Oh, I'm getting excited now just
Right?
thinking about it. I could get probably.
I was excited last pod.
I know you were, and I was too.
You put it into my head.
We got to figure out how. It's like around. You said around like 8,000 for those bikes.
Yeah, you can get a nice one for around 8K.
Damn, that would be so much fun. And then we probably have to put like a really like how many miles on a nice one? You're saying
Like 10K. 10K, a few years old. For about 8K. If you want a newer one with like less miles, I saw one like I think it had 6K miles on it. It was like a 2020. It was like 9,500. But I'm thinking like I don't know. It comes to the point where we're gonna do it, and then I can get rid of the Vulcan, and at the end of the day, it won't. I don't really have to save up 8K.
Yeah, I'm thinking I could get almost 5 out of my dirt bike.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's like $3,000 plus. And then you have to think about like gas on the trip. And
Which won't be that much.
not really.
It'll be like maybe $300.
Food on the trip. That'd be probably the biggest expense.
Dude, I pack you saw that bear box in my car?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I had 7 days in that.
Really?
Yeah. If you do it right, you can get like I think a day I was at 3,200 calories per day, 3,200 calories in 7 days in that box.
Huh.
You can do it pretty easily.
We would need to make sure we didn't have. I don't know what the storage is like on those bikes. Like, what do you do for storage?
You got to get those huge
bags.
boxes.
The boxes, yeah.
Yeah.
People take the Harbor. You can buy boxes at like Harbor Freight and just
Did
buy.
your dad do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just get brackets for them.
Uh-huh.
Or it'd be cool to just like make up some stuff.
Most of the bikes on Facebook already have the boxes.
Really?
Because everyone kind of. That's just, I think, the standard.
Uh-huh. And then we would have to do, dude, I would probably take those forks off and just replace the seals.
Really?
Probably, because I've had so many fork seals go bad.
That's crazy.
I would probably just rebuild the forks when I got it.
Yeah.
Unless it was really new. Before I was willing to go on that long of a trip, I'd be nervous. Or, no, I couldn't do that on the road. There's no way. Could I?
Man, I gotta pee.
Okay, let's pee.
We're just the seller's
peeing
game right now.
Looking at the prices of these bikes.
Again, bike talk number 2.
Oh my gosh, it always devolves.
That bike talk.
Devolves into bike talk. What is this one? Oh, that's a 250.
Wow.
The Africa
Hit that high note.
The cool thing is we could sell them afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'd want to.
I don't think I would either.
I think I'd love it too much.
Damn, there's a GS with 94,000 miles on it. That's the thing about these bikes is they get big miles on them because people buy them and they just freaking ride them across the country.
But they can go. That's the thing about them.
Yeah.
They can go the distance.
There's an old GS. Dude. You got me excited.
Dude, yes. See? That's how I get the bag. I've gotten the bag every time. If I'm just stagnant, no goal, no journey I want to go on.
Yeah.
I just kind of dilly-dally around. But once there's that something that I want to get after, every shekel goes in the piggy bank.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't buy anything out to eat, nothing. So after this music festival, I'll be home every night, eating them scraps off the floor. You know what I mean?
Gotta get that Africa Twin.
That Africa. That's such a cool name too.
It is a cool ass name.
The Africa Twin. Oh. Then we go to Black Bike Week. On the twin.
On the twins. On the twins.
I bet they make some nice exhaust for that bike.
They probably do.
It probably sounds so good.
Yeah. I've seen people riding those things, and they're just crazy.
Yeah. That was the first time I saw one, was that video you showed me.
Yeah.
Of the guy, like...
Riding it like it weighed nothing.
Like it weighed nothing. Like it was one of those trials bikes. Freaking crazy.
I'm going to feel like we'll be like Ewan McGregor and that other German dude.
Mm-hmm.
British dude. German.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long way down.
What's the other guy's name?
I don't remember.
He's like a famous motorcycle and TV British guy. Long way down. Ewan McGregor and da 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 da. Ewan. I never watched that whole thing.
I didn't
Or
either.
is it long way around?
I thought it was a long way down.
They did both. They're two different series. Long way around. Charlie Borman.
Yeah.
Charlie Borman.
Charlie. Is he with the Top
Ewan.
Gear guy?
Is he?
Is he?
Is he?
I don't know.
TV
I
presenter,
can't see
travel
him.
writer, and actor. Motorbike enthusiast, Borman has made 3 long-distance rides with his friend Ewan McGregor. Long way around, long way down, and long way up.
I gotta watch that show.
Born in Wimbledon, London.
Wimbledon?
Borman spent much of his formative years in County Wicklow, Ireland. Son of a German costume designer, Crystal Cruz. Hi, I'm Crystal Cruz. I'll design you some good fashion.
Long way
Film
up.
director. Oh, that's his. No, that's his
2020.
mom, Crystal Cruz.
Oh.
His dad was Sir John Boardman.
What is long way up?
Long way up.
Is 2020.
British television series debuted in 18 September 2020. Motorcycle journey, blah, blah, from Ushuaia in Argentina through South and Central America to Los Angeles in the United States.
What?
That would be fun. That would be a cool ride.
How do you do that? Oh, in South America.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in Europe.
No.
I was like, they freaking hydroplane the whole ocean.
Yeah, you could do it. You could do it. It's very possible. Have you seen that Pipe Dream video?
Oh,
right?
yeah, that video is so good.
They put like the skis next to the tire on the front
Uh-huh.
one and the paddle tire on the
Yep.
back. And he surfs the freaking wave on the motorcycle, on the dirt bike.
It's so crazy. Oh, that'd be so fun. Be so fun. I hit like little puddles going fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hydroplane that. Yeah.
The Africa Twin.
See, now we're fantasizing.
I'm just
We're
sitting
not-
here.
we're
I'm
not
just sitting
talking
here.
at all.
No, we're just both sitting here, just thinking, getting excited.
Where's my notepad?
Oh, I'm gonna be on Facebook Marketplace even more now. I'm already on there so much, just looking at stuff. Even more.
Even flow. So gross. It feels like you're in my head. Let me do it again. Oh my god.
Should we have a guest on next pod?
Yeah.
I feel like we should.
Yeah.
You're gonna be back from.
I'll be back on Monday.
Okay, I'll be back probably Tuesday.
Okay.
So we have next week to sort out who's gonna come on. If I do it like Friday or Saturday.
Flow. I think we could have beep 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 on. You know what I mean? The man I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Because I think that's spring break next week.
Okay.
It's the Greta Van Fleet concert.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The guest list. Guest less. Yeah. It's more peaceful, more bike talk. Colby would appreciate this.
Colby would appreciate the bike talk. The guest list. Yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Well, it's been kind of incestual the past like month because we did everyone local or internal pods.
Yeah, true.
So we got to get back into which has been good. I think it kind of reset a little bit.
Yeah.
There was no pressure. There's no pressure at all.
No.
No, we're just sitting here talking about bikes.
Yeah.
And about our trip we're going to do. I would bring a bunch of camera stuff and like film a bunch
Oh,
of it.
yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so fun.
All right.
Okay.
That was.
I think that was
But like,
oh, that's great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, just tune out at about the 120 mark.
All right. Well, see you guys next week, next Monday.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.